I just got home from grocery shopping for my December grocery haul. This will push us all the way into mid-January, getting all the ingredients that we need to not only make the meals that we normally make, but also throughout the holidays, having friends and family over. We base our grocery budget on $135 per person, and it's just my husband and I here, so our grocery budget is $270 per month. If you're just meeting me, my name is 𝐂𝐎𝐋𝐿, and this is 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓 Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries. We have filmed every single one of my grocery hauls all year long, every time I went into a grocery store and bought ingredients to bring into our home. We have filmed those and kept track of the totals so we could share. We also have this really great series called the Meals series, which we've filmed 24 of them so far, that started way back in January of 2025, going every 2 weeks, teaching you a little bit more about what's going on in our lives, but all of the meals that I'm making with those ingredients that I'm bringing into my house. So if you are struggling with the price of groceries, know that there are some tips that you can learn here in this video that I'm going to teach how I buy ingredients at the grocery store and how I focus on quality items that I know that I can use to make multiple meals. I will say that I honestly don't love cooking every single day also, and I really don't like to meal plan. It is like 4 o'clock right now. I don't even know right now what we're going to have for dinner just yet, but I know it will be homemade. If you're new here, make sure you're hitting subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos. We put out 3 new videos every single week to help build your confidence in the kitchen and help you save money on groceries. So the first stop that we did was Costco, and it was right after church on a Sunday, which I do not normally like going grocery shopping on Sunday ever because it's always so busy and it's almost Christmas. So every place that we stopped was super packed. So I was trying to get in and out as quickly as possible, and I did stick strictly to my grocery shopping list so I could do that as efficiently as possible and get back into the car away from the crowds. I do like to focus on seasonal produce, and I was really happy to see some really good looking pears that were available. So that was the first time this year that I bought any normal pears and not just the Asian pears that I normally get in the fall. So I picked up some pears, and we do have another produce item we'll talk about a little bit later. But I got pears at Costco. I also picked up some Brussels sprouts. There is this Brussels sprout salad that I like to make that Mike really enjoys, and so I want to make that again. And I got some green beans, so I can use that in a couple different dishes. I also picked up a huge tub of spinach. Now we use this cooked in meals, but also for spinach salad, and around the holiday time we like a hot bacon dressing with our spinach salad, and we have that recipe on the blog. We can link that in the description for you. I always get a 6-pound bag of carrots every single time at Costco. I slice these up into sticks, and then they stay crunchy for the entire month, and then it is really handy to have them for snacks, and I pretty much always have some out while I'm cooking dinner to munch on, and whoever else is walking by the kitchen can munch on them also. And I got this at 𝐂𝐿𝐻𝐿, but we're going to talk about it in the produce section here, but I did get a bunch of celery, again, so we can have them as snacks and add them to meals. And I also am going to be making some turkey stock with that turkey carcass that I put into the freezer right after Thanksgiving. For meats this time, I did pick up a spiral sliced ham. We really enjoy that for Christmas time. I don't make it on Christmas dinner, but normally around Christmas time, and then anything that I have extra, I bag that up and I put it into the freezer in 1 to 2 cup portions, and that way I can use it mostly for egg dishes throughout the next couple months. I normally do this at Christmas time and again at Easter. So I know that I'm rotating out the things that are in my freezer too, but for $20, it's a really great thing to have some extra cooked protein available in the freezer. I did get this turkey breast. It is fully cooked. We had a smaller turkey for Thanksgiving, and we didn't have as many sandwiches as we normally have after Thanksgiving, and we were kind of missing it. So I picked this up so we can have some of those sandwiches that we were craving. And then I will slice the rest of whatever we don't use and put that in the freezer so we can have it throughout the rest of the winter. On Christmas Day, we have lasagna every single year. So I went ahead and got some shredded mozzarella cheese and already shredded Parmesan cheese. This is the only time all year long that I buy it pre-shredded, but it's Christmas time and I get to give myself a little bit of a break. Lasagna, I also got ricotta cheese. So we were really focusing on the dairy products this grocery shopping trip. So I bought shredded mozzarella and shredded Parmesan, and also for the lasagna, my kids think it needs to taste exactly like it did in their early childhood, and that is with Prego. So this is the only time I also buy Prego all year long is for our Christmas lasagna. All the other times that we're making marinara throughout the year or using it, it's from scratch that I have either in my cabinet or in the freezer, depending on the year. Mike was with me, so he wanted to get some eggnog, so we added that to the list. I also got some half and half for some of the recipes that I'm going to make. And then we only buy milk normally like every other time we go shopping, and this was the time I needed to get milk. So that comes in 4 half gallons, and it normally lasts 2 months for our family. Neither one of us are not really that big of a milk drinker, and this A2 milk lasts for almost 2 months if you haven't opened it yet. I had to check the Best Buy date on that. It does say 2/26, so that is over 2 months. And just for some pantry items that we needed, I grabbed some white navy beans, and then I also grabbed a couple cans of tuna. We are really low on canned tuna here at the house. I was using up all of our pre-pandemic tuna before we had moved into this house, and so I grabbed a couple new cans of that. I am going to be making some tuna casserole soon. It's not Mike's favorite, but I really enjoy it. I also got this protein pasta that I'm really excited to try to see how it holds up. And if I like it, then I will buy more, but I only got 1 box for right now. Mike asked if we could get some tater tots to make some tater tot casserole. I haven't made any yet this fall winter time, and so I got a bag of those, and the only size that they had available was the larger bags. So I ended up getting a larger bag of tater tots, which I can also use as hash browns in making some morning dishes. And speaking of morning breakfast dishes, I also got 2 pounds of breakfast sausage. Again, this is just something that we like this brand, and that's why we buy it. So we always get this brand of maple sausage whenever I'm making an egg casserole. And we got a beef stick. That is something that's kind of funny in our family. My kiddo calls it winter sausage because we only buy it in the winter time. And so we, as a family, always call it winter sausage instead of summer sausage. But I do like having that on hand with cheese and crackers, which is just a great snack for us, especially in the evening time, that we can have a little bit of that. Mike also likes it for lunch occasionally, and he calls it his big kid Lunchables. And then my splurge for this shopping trip, again, Mike was with me, is we got some snacks that we don't normally get, and it was this great big bag of Chex Mix for $4.50. So that was a great snack to have on hand for whoever shows up over the holidays, that we have some extra snacks here. So most of the year you will see that we try to be about 80% organic with all the things that we're bringing into our house. It's the end of the year. I'm letting a little bit of things slide right now, but I did make sure that I was buying ingredients that I wanted in the house, the brands that I wanted, and I was staying in that grocery budget, which was most important for me. So for the totals, we have Costco at $137.09. 𝐂𝐿𝐻𝐿 was $35.92. So my grocery shopping today was $173.01. Now we do have one more thing that is arriving, and that is oranges coming straight from the farm, which we ended up doing a large family order and splitting the cost on that. So I pitched in $50 towards the oranges. So my total cost is $223.01. And I can't wait for those oranges to arrive. I was hoping they were going to arrive before we filmed today, but I will put a picture of last year's oranges there and a link in the description if you're interested in ordering oranges straight from the family that grows them in California. And so if you've been following along, the year-end total for everything is I had a year-to-date carryover total of $63.43 plus today's carryover total, which was $46.99. So that carryover total that's in my grocery account is $110.42. We are going to add these totals and put this on also the grocery year end video, so you can go back and watch all the grocery hauls of the entire year to see all the ingredients that I brought in all year long. But I just wanted to clarify about this carryover amount here that's going to be in my grocery account. That amount I just kind of forget about as I start the new year, and it just builds in this cushion year after year into that account. If there was something that I needed or accidentally went over, it just makes a buffer in that grocery account for me. So this year's buffer that will be in there to go into next year will be $110.42. And then I just start over in January with a clean slate of what I think is in the account. And that way I just have that buffer in there, and it just makes sure everything works out smoothly. But it's also peace of mind knowing that I have some extra food security that I could go and buy more groceries at any time. So this grocery haul happened today on December 14th, and I don't plan on going grocery shopping again until the middle of January. And we still have some fresh produce that's left over from the last time I went grocery shopping and even previous months of things that will stay fresh a lot longer. So these are not all the items that we're using, but they're the only items that we're bringing into our home. And make sure that you check out that meal series for ideas on what to make and how we change the meals out throughout the seasons to keep it interesting for our family. And most of all, Merry Christmas. I hope that you have some time to sit back and relax and just give yourself a little bit of grace this holiday season. Make sure also to check out our Zero Waste Produce Guide. This goes through 75 fruits and vegetables and how I'm able to keep them fresh for weeks. It is listed A to Z, so you can easily flip through and get to the exact produce item that you want. And there's also meal ideas and inspirations in this book to help teach you all of my tricks for produce. And also, it's time to start a new planner for the new year. Make sure that you're checking out the Zero Waste Produce Guide, and we also have our meal planners. There are 5 different covers for them, but they're all the same writing inside, so you can pick the one that you like the best. And when you're filling these out and keeping track of how much you're spending and the ingredients that you have in your house, meal planning becomes so much easier, and you will see how much less you're able to spend at the grocery store. Both of these items, the Zero Waste Produce Guide and the meal planners, are linked in the description on a bundle deal, and there's also a discount code. So make sure that you're checking those out, linked in the description.